got a little no secret, right? 2023 is going to go down as one of the best years for gaming. We got big mega AAA critical hits like Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, mega critically acclaimed indie hits like Sea of Stars, Dave the Diver. We got major comebacks from video games that we thought were lost, but no, they're coming back in a big and better way, like Halo Infinite, what 343 has been doing with Halo Infinite, adding, with Season 3 and 4 and 5, adding Firefly, and of course CG Project Red with Cyberpunk 2077, adding 2.0, and Phantom Liberty, fixing their game. 2023 is a damn great year for gaming. What is going on, everyone? My name is Malcolm, also known as Baytuh, and I am back with my annual top 10 games of the year. Today I am talking about my top 10 games of 2023. The worst part about this list is that I can't put every single game on this list as number one, because there are a lot of game of the year masterpiece, high quality moments, enjoyment, some of the most fun I've had in the year, and I just wish I could just seat all of them as number one, because damn, 2023 has been, it's just been wonderful, amazing. Like, there's been some, as hip kids like to say, fire, no cap bangers each month of this year for the most part. Like, it's been great, it's wild, let me say it's one more time, because it's true. It's just been wild, 2023. So yeah, I'm gonna try to give you guys my TLDR version as to why I love these games so much, why they're in my top 10, why I think they are deserving to be, put on this pedestal of greatness, of amazingness, of masterfulness. It's gonna be a fun time. So hopefully you guys all enjoy the video. And with all that being said, that was a little awkward. Hey, I'm getting, I've been doing this for 3-4 years, since 2019. Haven't gotten better, but I've enjoyed doing this nonetheless. So yeah, before we get started with this video, ladies and gents, everyone, if you guys could please leave a like on this video if you guys like what you saw. Please subscribe for more content. Helps support this channel a lot. When you do subscribe, make sure you hit the little notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any content I post on this channel, and make sure you set those notifications to all as well. Please share my channel and my videos to all your friends, families, cats and dogs, and whoever who nots. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at Baytuh, Baytuh. Oh Jesus, I have the name Beta for the past 10 or so years. I can't even spell my name right. Baytuh. And if you want to keep supporting me even further than just subscribing to my YouTube channel, leaving a like, share my channel and my videos to all your friends and families, please consider donating some of your extra money you have lying around to my Patreon, PayPal, YouTube Super Thanks, leaving a tip, or becoming a YouTube member on my channel. That is patreon.com/Baytuh, Baytuh, and or paypal.me/Baytuh, Baytuh, and or if they're YouTube Super Thanks. All you have to do is click on any one of my videos that are monetized, which is 99.9% of them. Then hit that little my heart thanks button, donate however much you want, but regardless how you choose to support me further, any and all donations, everyone, is much appreciated, and it's 100% completely optional. And with all that being said, without further ado, let's get into my top 10 games of 2023.
Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all. Show yourself, Ifrit.
Number 10 on my list, Final Fantasy 16. Words cannot describe the sheer, utter badassness of this game when it comes to its boss fights, the gameplay, the music. It is unrivaled to the point that I've never seen it. I mean, I just never seen anything like this in the game. I mean, maybe I need to play more games. I don't know. How I would describe the boss fights mixed in with the music and the gameplay of this game is that, those cool action Sakuga moments in anime, from either Chainsaw Man versus Katana Man, or Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I mean, definitely Season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Oh my goodness, no spoilers, but oh my goodness. Or him in My Hero Academia, anything Deku or All Might or Bakugo does. Like, those moments, we actually get to play those moments in video game form. I've never experienced anything like that. I don't know how Creative Business Unit 3 pulled that off. Fucking phenomenal. Excuse my language, but I don't care. Freaking phenomenal. I loved it. it. I mean, it's like their Final Fantasy 14 trailers. I keep rewatching those trailers, like Stormblood or Endwalker or Shadow, whatever, Shadowbringer. There we go, Shadowbringer. Like, I'm like, man, it would be so cool if, you know, if we could experience these cool action set piece moments in these trailers, and we do in Final Fantasy 16. Freaking nuts, yo. And while I did have issues with the game, like when it came to the total story, the tone shift of the story from the first half to the second half, which was very confusing, the story contradictions everywhere, and some characters, mainly Jill, that did not deter my overall enjoyment and love for the game. Like, all that aside, I just talk about the music, the gameplay, the boss fights, but the performances from the actors and actresses. Ben Starr as Clive, like, holy freaking crap. That man knows how to put on a great performance. It has the wide range of emotions of the rainbow that I love. It was freaking outright masterful. Like, it was amazing. Like, not just him, like the Susanna Fielding voicing Jill, or Nina Yildiz, sorry if I'm butchering her last name, but playing as Benedicta. Like, oh my goodness, like all around, again, from Clyde, Jill, Benedicta, Hugo, like Joshua, Sid, freaking Sid. Like, honestly, the performances, the acting all around, top freaking notch, y'all. And that's why Final Fantasy 16, from gameplay, music, boss fights, sheer epic badassery, the performances, is my number 10 on my top 10 games in 2023. What a great game, what a great time, and I cannot wait to fight Leviathan in 2024.
Of hatred, creator of sanctuary, hail.
Number 9 on my list, Diablo 4. Yeah, I know, right? An Activision Blizzard game on my list. Look, at least one of the prime evils over at that company finally freaking left. Good riddance to that damn scumbag. But going back to the game, yeah, Diablo 4. I really like this game. It was like the hot minute, a game that everyone was enjoying during summertime. And, people really don't talk about it too much. I don't know why. I really enjoy this game. Like, the story, the characters, the gameplay. I mean, first, let's just talk about the gameplay. I played as our dearly beloved Necromancer, best class in the whole entire freaking game. Before, I mean, even during the beta, it was superior. It was like buffed to all living heck. But even post debuff, nerf, I should say, the Necromancer is still one of my favorite classes to mess around with in Diablo 4. The sheer build diversity that you can have in this game is off the charts. Like, that's why I like when it comes to games like this, like build diversity. Like, let me have different play styles with my character, with my character that I'm playing as, whether it's just like bone, blood, shadow, or a mix between the two, or a mix between all three, which my build was the eminence of bone and shadow. Then it became the eminence of blood and shadow. That was like, you know what, fuck it, all three, the eminence of bone, blood, and shadow. That's why I ended up just doing it at the end game of that game, and it was a freaking fantastic time. Looting, grinding, like, I really, looter shooters hit and miss for I feel like most people nowadays, or looter type games hit and miss for most people nowadays. Definitely when it comes to games like Division, definitely Destiny, what Destiny's going through right now. But I say that, like, the one other game that like competes with Diablo in terms of like the grind is actually kind of worth it and it's pretty enjoyable is is Borderlands. I'm surprised we haven't heard of a new Borderlands game yet. But Diablo 4 really scratched that itch of making that loot, that grind totally worth it. On top of a very beautiful, terrifying, disturbing, and disgusting world of Sanctuary. And on top of that, gorgeous, I mean, drop dead gorgeous cinematics, awesome boss fights, a great story about Lilith returning with her hell minions and Anaris freaking with his army of holy knights or whatever. That fight that they did, that whole entire cutscene was like 10 minutes long. Beautiful, awesome, and beautiful. Man, Diablo 4, amazing game, bottom to top, top to bottom, gameplay, music, soundtrack, boss fights, the loot, the grind, the build, diversity, everything top to bottom, freaking great, amazing time. That's why, ladies and gents, Diablo 4 is number 9 on my list.
Nice. Next.
Number 8 on my list, Street Fighter 6. First, let me just say thank you, Capcom, for giving me the opportunity to actually have me play a fighting game good. I've always been the person outside looking and always wanting to try to not necessarily compete in anything competitive, but actually like get on a good enough level to do the cool ass badass combos that we see in these fighting game trailers, from Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat to Tekken to Guilty Gear, like all of it. Like I want to do that, but for some reason my brain cannot compute and input these button prompts quick enough or delayed enough or whatever enough to actually pull it off. That's why, you know, I never really enjoyed playing a fighting game until Street Fighter 6. Honestly, yeah, I just did a Mortal Kombat 1 walkthrough a month or so ago, but I didn't really enjoy, you know, playing the game gameplay. I mean, yeah, I did enjoy it, but like it got frustrating and annoying to me. I'm like, all right, let me pause right in the middle of this fight so I can remember this combo and these button prompts. I do the button prompts, the combo didn't come out. I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? And in Street Fighter 6 with the modern day control scheme, thank you Capcom for that once again. I can actually pull off these cool combos that I see in the trailers. Finally, thank you Capcom again. Now moving on to World Tour, because this is mainly about Street Fighter 6 World Tour. I never really played Fighting Grounds and whatnot 1v1 matches. What an insane experience that this mode is. It's a 20-hour campaign mode. It's a 20-hour fighting RPG mode. Like I played Street Fighter 6 World Tour a little bit late, and looking up how long it was going to be, people were like, yeah, it's been like 15-20 hours long. I'm like, there is no way Capcom made a 15 to 20 hour long fighting RPG. No, they really did, and it's pretty ridiculous. I love it. I honestly love it so much. The main thing I love the most is like you can there's build diversity in a fighting game. Like I can choose between having a fighting style like Ryu, Chun-Li, Yuri, Cammy, Kimberly, it doesn't matter, or I can mix and match. Like I can have the special moves like I can have the special moves of DJ and Yuri, the air attacks of Chun-Li, Ryu, and the regular fighting styles the punches and kicks of Cammy. Like that's pretty freaking wild. And again, being able to pull all that stuff up thanks to the modern day control scheme, and roaming around the World Tour mode of Street Fighter 6, meeting these legacy legendary characters, getting to know because I know Street Fighter, just name alone, it's a fighting game, but I don't know like the characters of Street Fighter, like their backstories, why they became the characters that we see them at this point, their likes, their dislikes, their personalities, and why they're here and whatnot. Like it was a pretty freaking cool experience, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, ladies and gents, also I forgot to mention before I sign off of this part, the music, the soundtrack, holy crap, that stage selecting a song, that rap, fucking amazing. The the characters' theme songs themselves pretty well. Cammy's theme song, we all love it. We all love it. Kimberly's ninja rap tune when she goes her ultimate, you know, pump up music or whatever. Love it. Street Fighter 6, it's a wonderful time. Gameplay, me actually get to play the game good, the music, the stages, it's a wonderful time. So yeah, overall, ladies and gents, that's why Street Fighter 6 is number 8 on my list. And thank you again, Capcom, for giving me the opportunity to actually keep up and play a fighting game. Take notes, Mortal Kombat. Take notes.
Where's the heat? You gotta feel the rhythm. You gotta feel the rhythm down to the core. Even with that summertime feel, heat up the stratosphere. Give them your full spec love. Make sure they know you're here. Oh yeah, now you got it. Okay.
Marco, why today? I'm so getting fired.
Lucky number 7 goes to Marvel Spider-Man 2. Personally, I think Insomniac Games truly outdid themselves when it comes to this game, mainly when it comes to the story and characters. What really stood out to me the most, the gameplay, yeah, it is more or less the same as Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2018, with a lot more gadgets and abilities to play with, which is fine enough. That's cool, that's good. But what really stood out to me is the story, the characters, all the friction and the happiness and all the dynamics between them. Black Suit Spider-Man / Peter Parker with Miles, the stuff he's going through, and his negative feelings towards Mr. Negative, no pun intended, or actually kind of pun intended right there. Of course, we got Kraven the Hunter going on a hunt with trying to get Doc Connor's Lizard and Black Suit Spider-Man / Spider-Man in general. And of course, we have Venom, the symbiote, and Harry, and that whole entire dynamic. Like, look, this is a Peter Parker story. It truly is, but to me personally, Miles Morales is the heart and soul of it. Like, what they've done with his character in this story, it's what elevates it the most for me. Like, this, it like it feels like Insomniac took a page out of Into the Spider-Verse / Across the Spider-Verse when it comes to Miles Morales' story, like what it truly means to be Spider-Man, but not only that, but what it truly means to be a hero, to be a superhero, to be better, to be greater together. Like Miles working up the courage to reconcile his feelings towards Mr. Negative, to be something greater, to help Pete out during his darkest time, during his black suit phase. I was about to say his black suit time, his black suit phase / Venom phase. Like all that culmination, and you know, Peter asking for help, like for him to be a better Spider-Man, to help Harry to overcome these trials and tribulations, definitely with his relationship towards MJ, like all of that, the culmination, like it is freaking wonderful. Hits me in the feels every single time I replay the game. Every time I just want to rewatch some cutscenes. Marvel Spider-Man 2 honestly goes above and beyond, plus ultra style for me personally when it comes to superhero stories. Definitely when it comes to Spider-Man stories, Peter Parker, Miles Morales. It truly is a wonderful game when it comes to its story, the characters. Like I said, gameplay really good, really great. You know, more of the same, which is great. I mean, the Spider-Man combat freaking phenomenal. Definitely when you add in, you know, Miles' new Venom power or Venom strike powers, and when you have Peter Parker's symbiote powers as well, it's a you know, the versatility in gameplay is such a fun time. So yeah, that's why, ladies and gents, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is number 7 on my list.
From us. It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far. No. He's mine. You sure? He's got big teeth.
So do I.
He's not normally like that, right?
No. He's never like that.
And my number 6 goes to Starfield. Man, I have no freaking clue if I'm about to get hate for putting this above Marvel Spider-Man 2 or love for doing something like that. And you know what? Fuck console fanboys. Man, they suck. Now back to Starfield. The thing that truly, honestly drew me into this game is that mysterious mystique, but that's the charm that they have in their open world games. As like, here's this big brand new open world. Find the mysteries in the stories that they hold, and boy, Starfield definitely has them. Like, sure, like the main story is a little bit hit or miss when it comes to the beginning, but towards the end it gets like really captivating for me. But those mysteries, those other mysteries, those random mysteries that really had nothing to do with the main plot or its characters, or it could totally tie back into a later expansion, like from, you know, AI uprising and clones to finding a derelict NASA starship that's been floating in space for the past 100 or so years. Like, stuff like that is fascinating to me and kind of really cool and kind of scary at the same time. That kind of makes exploring these, you know, somewhat barren worlds and solar systems pretty worth it just to find those mysteries. I mean, I haven't even New Game Plus this game, and I know for a fact that there are a lot of cool Easter eggs and secrets that happens when you do New Game Plus multiple times, from 1 to 2 to 4 to 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 times. So much to see, so much to unravel, such a great time. And look, I know a lot of you are telling me, hey, talk about the gameplay, it feels outdated, yada yada blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna make an argument, you know, for it. Like, you're 1000% right. Like, I don't like Starfield because of the gameplay. The gameplay is serviceable enough. I do think it's the best feeling a game that they've put out, like better feeling than I know it's blasphemy, but you know, like Elder Scrolls and Fallout. It feels good to play the game. It's serviceable enough, but that's not why I play. That's not why I play and enjoy and love Starfield. I like it for the characters like Sarah, like Sam, or boy Elias, Adam Jensen. Can we please get another Deus Ex game, please? But you get my point. Yeah, the gameplay outdated, generic, but again, the story, these characters, their stories, their history, their backstory, where they want to go, their hopes and dreams, the mysteries of finding random outrageous shit in this world, the mysteries. This is why I love Starfield, and that is why it is number 6 on my list for 2023.
Shit! Fuck me! Okay. Got this. Save the president. Sure. No fucking problem.
Rounding out with my top 5, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Having an expansion on this list, a DLC? What? That's blasphemy. It is my list. I do as I please. Just saying that in that voice really hurt my throat. Anyways, yes, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is in my top 5. It's my number 5. Heck, shoot, I bet it's going to be a lot of people's game of the year, honestly. Like, finally, 2 years later, CG Projekt Red delivered the Cyberpunk game they promised at launch, and we definitely did not get. But jumping to, you know, my personal experience with Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty, like, this is the CG Projekt Red I was hoping for. The writing team, the story, the characters, this is what I wanted out of 2077. Don't get me wrong, the main base game, the main characters, the side characters, you know, Johnny, all that stuff, they're pretty good. They're pretty great. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't have that impact, that oomph that I got out of the characters from The Witcher 2 or The Witcher 3. Those choices, those consequences, like those decisions that stick with you throughout the game, even after the game, that have you pondering, did I make the right choice or not? And Phantom Liberty delivered that in spades. Having two of the most complex and sympathetic characters in the CG Projekt Red game I've ever seen, plus adding depth to V's character as well, you understand their motivations. You get the things that they're doing right now to get to either a better place, to be free, and have that somewhat maybe happy fairy tale ending, or continue with that day-to-day grind but have a new perspective on life and your subordinates that you're supposed to look out for. Phantom Liberty has it all for what I want out of an RPG with depth, with characters and writing. Before we move on to my number 4 on my list, I want to quickly touch upon Cyberpunk 2.0. The gameplay changes that CG Projekt Red made with 2077 have been freaking amazing. Like, it's still, you know, more or less like Cyberpunk Grand Theft Auto, but they added way more RPG-ness to the gameplay that are much needed, adding more density to the build that you're running with in this game. Like, sure, my strong solo build is more or less the same as it was pre 2.0, but now I have more interesting toys to play with. Definitely that cool super punch abilities that you could totally obliterate mother effers to shreds. Plus it adds more abilities to enemies as well. They just don't feel like weak fodder. I mean, you know, some of them do, but now they have, you know, cyberware abilities that they use against you, like I'm gonna butcher this from Edge Runners, so you could have gotten it before Edge Runners came out. Sam Davidstan, I think that's how you pronounce it. Like Adam Smasher has it. I know other bosses in the game has it too. You know, more, you know, dealing with cyber psychosis and all that stuff. Like, it feels now, Cyberpunk 2077 feels like a complete package, and that's why Phantom Liberty is number 5 on my list.
Johnny,
Good night, Valerie. Today was a good day.
Coming in at number 4 is Sea of Stars. I don't know if it's recency bias, because by the time you guys listen to this, I just finished my Sea of Stars walkthrough on my YouTube channel about a few days ago, and man, I am in love with this game. From the story, from the characters, the music. As a person who never really touches turn-based RPGs, this is my first turn-based RPG I've played since Child of Light back in 2014 when I did a walkthrough of that. Then before Child of Light, it wasn't, I mean, the last one I played of that was, I think it was Tales of Symphonia on GameCube when I was a kid. Either way, Sea of Stars was a great breath of fresh air for me. With a colorful, likable cast of characters, I mean, I'm about to butcher some names here, sorry, but like Valerie and Zale, who are the chosen Solstice warriors whose duty is to protect the world and cleanse the evils of the Fleshmancer, but also have to deal with loss, abandonment, and betrayal that occurred throughout their heroic journey with their allies, friends, and family. Or the portal assassin Shirai trying to protect and save what's left of her people. Even our boy Garl, who is the body of positivity and the heart and soul of their group that holds everyone together, reassuring everyone that, hey, things are going to be okay. It's looking very dire, I mean, disastrously freaking dire, but it's going to work out. We will win. Us heroes will win at the end of the day, even if a price for victory needs to be paid. Touching on the gameplay right quick, like I said, never really got into turn-based RPGs, but I can definitely say that Sea of Stars was actually very welcoming for basically a newbie like me when it comes to this type of gameplay. Having items called relics that could drastically basically make your life playing the game a lot harder or a little bit easier, which was very welcoming. I could definitely say Sea of Stars had some of the most rewarding and frustrating moments of gameplay that I've experienced this year, like facing an enemy or a boss that's basically resistant to most of my freaking combo skills and attacks. I'm looking at you, gun goddess. And that very rewarding feeling when you plan out all of your moves and you negate a huge enemy attack. I'm looking at you once again, gun goddess. In all honesty, Sea of Stars has it all for me personally, from blending different mythologies, stories, characters, and adventures, having it be this grand Omega level thing, but also having it be a very personal story and journey between the main cast of characters about loss, betrayal, friendship, found family, and heroism. Heroism. Boom, bam, bazoozle. To close out my number 4, I just want to say this. Play Sea of Stars. You're not going to regret it. Excellent writing, very rewarding gameplay, and man, a very, as a hip kids like to say, banger, fire, on fleek soundtrack. God, I sound dumb. I'm 28 years old. I should know these hip hop words. I think I should have just said hip, not hop. Anywho, that's why Sea of Stars is number 4 on my list.
So tell me, Yankee, why did you come to this horrible place? As close to nowhere that I've ever seen.
Let's just say, looking for someone.
Now it's time for the big boy league, the 10 out of 10s, the 5 out of 5 stars and numbers, the masterpieces, starting with my number 3, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Bar none, without any competition, probably the best remake of all time in my personal opinion. It does so much to not only honor the legacy of OG Resident Evil 4, also adding much needed improvements like the pacing in Salazar's castle and the island section of the game. Also, and this is the big one, adding much needed development in Ashley's character. Like, she's not just a love-struck damsel this time around, but a helpful asset that helps Leon. In all honesty, like, what more could I possibly say about Resident Evil 4 Remake? It's a masterpiece. Like, Capcom redesigned everything from the ground up, from sound design, the graphics of course look amazing, the models, the monsters in this game look fucking atrocious in the best way possible. The story is more or less the same as OG Resident Evil 4, with some minor changes here and there that fits in line with I guess it's like the quote-unquote kind of new-ish canon into Resident Evil a little bit, that's more in line with the tone and the story beats of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil Village. The same kind of changes they made with Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3 Remake, but I'm thinking that's like the new canon going forward. The remakes and the new additions to the Resident Evil franchise is not like OG Resident Evil 2 is canon with like remake Resident Evil 4, you know what I mean? Like, it's just top to bottom, like Capcom whip the freaking bangers. Like, honestly, I cannot wait until they inevitably make Resident Evil 5 Remake. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. Not because I'm looking forward to see my homegirl Sheva all remaked up, but you know, the story, like, the story and the co-opness, the co-op gameplay, which was really fun. But yeah, going back to Resident Evil 4, amazing, fun time. Adding new gameplay additions like being able to block and parry, and of course reworking the level design, adding more depth and character to each section of the game. And some might actually say that Capcom making it be more dark and realistic and gritty takes away the charm that the OG Resident Evil 4 had, like Leon and Salazar going back and forth and their banter back and forth in OG Resident Evil 4. But personally, I personally like this new rendition a lot more because again, it fits in line with tonally with what Capcom is going with Resident Evil going forward, which I'm personally a fan of that. So yeah, from top to bottom, gameplay, everything being reworked with you know the level designs, the pacing, Ashley's character, the added gameplay additions like the block and parry, more versatility. I meant to say verticality and versatility. versatility too with your arsenal, with Leon and Ada's arsenal with separate ways. Resident Evil 4, y'all. Resident Evil 4 remake. I mean, OG Resident Evil 4, amazing. Was my favorite Resident Evil game of all time before RE Village came out. But now since RE4 remake came out, Resident Evil 4 is back to being my favorite Resident Evil game. So yeah, ladies and gents, that's why Resident Evil 4 remake is number 3 on my list.
Where's everyone going? Bingo? This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Coming in at my number 2, Alan Wake 2. I just don't know. I just don't know, guys. Like, I mean, I do know, but it's just speechless when it comes to Alan Wake 2. Like, not only is it, yes, it is the masterful sequel to the cult classic hit of Alan Wake 1 back in, what was it, 2010, 2011? Not only that, but it's more than that. It's a celebration. It's a celebration of Remedy, their writing style, their storytelling, their direction style, all of it, all and above. It's a huge celebration, like world building, lore, all of it. Taking aspects from their previous titles like OG Max Payne 1 and 2, RIP to the legendary James McCaffrey himself, and of course being a sequel to Alan Wake 1 and also being set in the same universe of Control, having aspects of that game in it as well, but also having some aspects of the great and verily underappreciated and underplayed Quantum Break, and taking some inspiration from Capcom's Resident Evil remakes when it comes to the gunplay of Alan Wake 2 and the inventory management. Them shifting from a psychological thriller with Alan Wake 1 to more of a psychological horror game with Alan Wake 2, which totally fits the tone and narrative that they're going with. Definitely when it comes to Alan, him being in the dark place, Saga, and what she's doing in Bright Falls, and definitely when it comes to Mr. Scratch himself, even seeing the dark place Alex Casey stuff, like it all fits. It's all connected. And connection is power, like the loop. It's not a loop, it's a spiral. Look at me trying to get deep in stuff, but not for real though. Alan Wake 2 is a masterwork when it comes to storytelling, the art, all of it. They legitimately put a 14-minute musical in the middle of the game that tells the story of Alan Wake, his past, his present, and also probably the future events of what's going to happen to him in the dark place of Mr. Scratch. Like, Remedy, Sam, what are you guys doing? You guys can't do it. I mean, keep doing it. I freaking love it, but goodness gracious, freaking insanely amazing. The biggest, like, hypest highlight of the whole entire game for me and for many others. What a phenomenal moment that was. Goodness. Alan Wake 2, again, matchful game when it comes to the gameplay, fun and addicting. What Remedy does with the writing and characters, Alan's situation, where his mindset is and how his character is going, and expanding what the dark place is and what it means, and also how Saga, how does she fit into all this with, you know, like her relationship with Tor and Odin, even Alex Casey and Sean Ashmore's character. Like, there is so much complexity, depth, just the whole 10-yard works when it comes to Alan Wake 2. And that's why, ladies and gents, Alan Wake 2, the masterful Alan Wake 2, is number 2 on my list. Goodness gracious, Remedy, thank you for such an amazing experience.
That was interesting.
Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
Ravis. Jedi.
Up there!
And for my game of the year for 2023 is Hi-Fi Rush. Let me just, I've been thinking about, putting into words my thoughts and feelings when it comes to this very special video game. Like, it's near dear to my heart. It is one of my favorite games of all time. It's in my top 10 games of all time. Like, have you guys ever played a game and beaten it and thought to yourself, jokingly of course, like, how dare they? How dare these, developers X, Y, ZQ end this game on such a perfect note? You're like, yeah, we did it end on a great note. Did it overstay its welcome? No. Did the welcome feel a little shortened out or long? No. Like, was the pacing pretty freaking good? Of course. Yes, of course. Like what are we doing here, yo? Like, the last time I felt this way, like, I was like genuinely like kind of bummed out when Hi-Fi Rush ended. I'm like, oh man, like, what? This was amazing. What? I want more. Where's more of this? The last time I felt this way with the video game was when Witcher 3 Wild Hunt came out back in 2015, and that ended up being my favorite game of all time. It still is to this day. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, who do I got to pay at Microsoft, Bethesda, Tango Gameworks? I'd pay like an extra $5 for more missions, more story content of Hi-Fi Rush. That's just how special this freaking game is, from its artistic design, its audio design, the sound, the music. Like being a content creator and a streamer for almost 11 years now. It's going to be 11 years for me in January 19th, I believe. I digress on that for a moment. At the moment, I should have said. It's like Hi-Fi Rush is one of the very few video games where the streamer mode music is actually legit pretty freaking good, on par with, I would say, with the copyright music. I mean, Invaders Must Die is a very, classic. Nothing's really beating that, but, Corsica's negotiation theme song and that boss fight, like, what? Like y'all, like, what? Like, you can't do this. You can't do something like this. It's freaking special. It's awesome. I just gushing about this. Holy freaking crap. And the gameplay, it being a mixture of the Saturday morning cartoon feeling vibe with Sunset Overdrive feelness and vibe, with also Jet Set Radio vibes as well, with Devil May Cry style gameplay, with rhythm music gameplay as well. Like a lot of that shouldn't work, but somehow they made it work, and oh my god, it worked really freaking well. It worked so freaking well, with wonderful, colorful, and unique characters like Chai, with his trying to be funny personality and clumsiness that turns into a really good heartfelt moment towards the end of the game, and he becomes pretty charming towards the end of the game as well. Or the wonderful and playful cat AO8, or the sisterly and brotherly bond that Macaroon and Peppermint give to Chai, or Corsica, who you want to get slammed down big style by to the 10th degree. To round out my game of the year right quick, Hi-Fi Rush is one of those very few games, I mean very few games where I honestly don't mind repeating the same boss fights over and over and over again, me dying, and I'm like, I don't freaking care. Like, I had a fun time, doing the whole parrying and blocking and dodging thing with Corsica fight. I don't care, I'll do that 5 more times. It was such a freaking blast. Okay, Rekka, I don't care, you freaking wrecked me in the face 2 more times. The music slaps and the boss fight, the fight was fun. Alright, let's just keep doing it. Like, this game breathes. What's a big sciencey word? It exudes? That's not I don't think that's a fucking word, but it just breathes. It bathes in charisma and charm, legitimately being funny, fun to freaking play, freaking lovable, likable characters, even villains like Zanzo basically being a giant JoJo subtweet. Like, it has it all from 10 out of 10 amazing, addictive, high octane action gameplay. And again, with colorful, likable, unique, charismatic characters, a banging soundtrack, and a beautiful, gorgeous art style, graphics just to look at. Hi-Fi Rush, thank you. thank you Tango Gameworks for making such a very near and dear special game. It's wonderful, and that's why, ladies and gents, Hi-Fi Rush is my game of the year for 2023. Holy crap, what a work of art.
I've been looking for you.
Holy crap!
So what do y'all think about my list? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Somewhere in between? Let me know in that comment section down below, or tweet at me at Baytuh, B-A-Y-T-U-H, and tell me, what is your top 10, top 5, top 20, top 11, top 2, top 1, game of the year, all of it. I want to know it. Your game of the year, movie of the year, anime of the year? Yeah, let's just freaking do it. My anime of the year, Blue Eye Samurai. My game of the year, Hi-Fi Rush, you already know that. Movie of the year goes to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Holy freaking crap. Like 2023 has been a banger of a year for entertainment. Ladies and gents, this is it for me. My final video of 2023. Thank you all for watching this and joining me for this crazy adventure throughout 2023. Sea of Stars that I just completed a few days ago was my final walkthrough of 2023. I will be back probably that first week of January, maybe January 4th, 5th, or 6th with my brand new walkthrough. It's going to be Baldur's Gate 3. I finally have it on Xbox Series X. I can't wait to finally dive into that to see why people call it the game of generation, the game of all time. I can't wait for that. And Carlash, I've seen the fan art. I'm pretty excited. So yeah, ladies and gents, thank you so much. It's been a great year for me. It's also been a pretty hard year for me. You know, probably not as a hard year as the end of last year when I got hacked and whatnot. But I mean, on that note, I did lose. I used to have 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube, beta here, and I lost a good amount of those subscribers and dropped back down to 49,000 because of that hack late last year, and I was offline for about a good 2 weeks or so. So that lost me a good amount of subscribers. I never really gained that back. And plus, my PC power supply busted on me earlier this year, and I was offline for like another 2 weeks or so, and I lost subscribers then and never really gained that back. But all in all, like I said, pretty hard year. But even with those losses, I still had a banger, amazingly fun time creating content for all of you. Like, now I don't just do this job for, you know, for the money, for the moolah, and for the viewership. I also do it because I like doing this. Like, the description of my channel is I'm here to provide entertainment for all of you, and entertainment for myself, because it's really fun live streaming for all of you, doing walkthroughs, let's plays and whatnot, just dicking around, doing my, you know, in-depth rambling reviews and all of it. It's just super fun having this job, having the opportunity to create content for all of you. And I honestly wouldn't be here without your love and support. So once again, thank you so much. So yeah, that's it for me, ladies and gents. Like I said, thank you all for the love and support from the bottom of my heart, from me to you. I love you all. Thank you so much. For my final outro, here we go. Trying not to get teary-eyed here, but if you guys like what you saw on this video or throughout my videos throughout 2023, please leave a like, subscribe for more content. It helps out this channel a lot. When you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any content I post on this channel, and make sure you set those notifications to all as well. Please share my channel and my videos to all your friends, families, cats and dogs, and whoever who not. And you guys can all follow me on Twitter at Baytuh, B-A-Y-T-U-H. If you want to keep supporting me even further than just subscribing to my YouTube channel, leaving a like, share my channel and my videos to all your friends and families, please consider donating some of your extra money you have lying around to my Patreon, PayPal, YouTube super thanks guys leaving a tip or becoming a YouTube member on my channel. That is patreon.com/Baytuh, B-A-Y-T-U-H, and or paypal.me/Baytuh, B-A-Y-T-U-H, and or through YouTube Super Thanks. All you have to do is click on any one of my videos that are monetized, which is 99.9% of them, then hit the little money heart thanks button and donate however much you want. But regardless how you choose to support me further, any and all donations, everyone, is much appreciated and is 100% completely optional. And for the final time for me in 2023, everyone, my name is Malcolm, also known as Baytuh, and I will catch you guys all in early 2024. Peace, thank you all for watching, and I love you all. Be safe out there, and happy holidays.
So, you're actually gonna learn how to play guitar?
Yeah, gotta practice. Need a backup job, just in case this doesn't work out.